What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode. So we got another moped style e-bike on the channel. This one is from a company called Talon bike. So this bike is going to be on the cheaper side because normally these kind of bikes are anywhere between $750 to $800, but this one at the current moment on their website is about $599, give or take, depending on how they run their promotions. So you might pay a little bit more, you might pay a little bit less, but regardless, I've included a link down below along with a coupon code, so this way you can take advantage of it. So let's talk about some of the basics of this bike. Now, because you aren't paying as much money for this bike obviously is not going to come with hydraulic brakes. So these are regular mechanical style brakes, okay? Does not mean that they don't function well or they don't stop you as fast as hydraulic brakes. They're just not hydraulic, and they're a little bit cheaper. That's the only difference. But surprisingly, check this out. It comes with NFC cards. What is this, you might ask? Well, an NFC card pretty much opens up the motorcycle for did I say motorcycle? These things are starting to look like motorcycles, so I guess you can't say they are one. But anyway, it can open up the e-bike for you, meaning that when you turn the bike on, let me go ahead and turn it off. Okay, so now the bike is on. What's going on here? Oh yeah, okay. So the reason why you can't see it is because obviously it's very bright, but it says NFC right there. So you tap this, and guess what? It lights right up and the bike turns on. This is how you turn it on with this NFC. So theoretically, you would keep this in your person, and anytime you come back from the store or wherever you parked your bike, go ahead and use the NFC card, and therefore it becomes very, very difficult to steal a bike like this. So if they steal it and try to turn it on, they're not going to be able to ride very far without having to use the pedals. Anyway, the bike does come with suspension, and the suspension unfortunately is not adjustable as far as I can tell. Maybe you can use a wrench to turn this, I have no clue, but the suspension, as far as I can tell, is not adjustable at all. But the rear suspension, on the other hand, let's see, can it be adjusted? No, it cannot. The rear suspension is static as well. So you do get suspension, but it's a static suspension, meaning that it's just as is, and that's pretty much it, whether you like it or not. That's, I guess, what makes this e-bike a budget moped style e-bike. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles. It's for somebody who wants a really, really good deal and doesn't want to have to spend close to $1,000 to get something that looks like this and performs like this. Speaking of performance, let's go ahead and talk about that. This has a 750 hub watt motor in the back. Peak, I'm not exactly sure what it is. That could very well be peak. It doesn't say it on their website, but I have ridden it from the house to here, and it's pretty quick. Like, it gets up to 28 miles an hour very quickly. So I'm assuming that's just the base wattage, 750 watts. And as far as the battery is concerned, it's a rather smaller battery pack. It's only 13 amp hour. But anyway, other things that are pretty standard amongst these e-bikes, you got a cool light in the front, and that is an LED light, my friends. Check this out. Super bright. Look at that. No left and right indicators on this bike, but you do get a honk. That guy's like, what are you honking about, buddy? Okay, so pedal assist. It's got up to 5 pedal assists, and when you mash on the throttle with the half throttle mechanism on the right side of the handlebar, this thing gets up to speed really quickly. But anyway, as far as the riding characteristics and quality of this bike, the steering feels really, really nice and easy and maneuverable. Check that out. As far as the throttle is concerned, the half twist throttle, like I mentioned before, gets you up to speed very quickly. Overall, this bike feels, when I'm riding it at least, this bike feels really light. It doesn't feel like one of those heavy, cumbersome bikes, and I think that has to do with the very light front end. The seat is on the really, really comfortable and plush side. Really, really liking the seat. It's got a lot of pushing for the cushion. No pun intended. But anyway, I love the display as well. It's got like 2 lanes and they're both blinking when you're going up to speed. Really cool display. It's kind of generic, but that's what all these displays usually look like these days. But we were talking about the brakes before, right? As far as the brakes being hydraulic versus the ones that are mechanical here. So now that we're on the road, I'm starting to pump the brakes just so they can become a little bit bedded in. I want to make sure that they're fully bedded in before I give you my unbiased opinion about what I think of the brakes. So let's go ahead and go top speed, and then I'm gonna try to see if I can be really aggressive with the front and the rear brakes, just so I can give you a good opinion of what I think. Okay, so they should be bedded in by now. I've used them pretty aggressively, and here's what I have to say about it. To be honest with you, I'm not at all impressed with the rear brakes. Stopping power, I would give it a 5 out of 10. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me go top speed again. Maybe they just needed a little bit more bedding in. I will give you my final opinion once we get up this hill. Doing about 23.1 miles an hour going up the hill. Okay. No cars behind me. That's good. So let's go ahead and slam on the rear brake. All right. Okay, so they needed to be bedded in. So just be careful when you get this bike, because when you get this bike, you're gonna have to warm up the brakes. Well, when I say warm up, I mean bed them in. So this way, they can give you the most stopping power. Yeah, there you go. Now they're starting to work as they should. Now see, that's a clear difference between hydraulic brakes and mechanical brakes. I've never ever had to do this with hydraulic brakes, but with mechanical brakes I always have to bed them in or just bring them up to temperature. I don't know. I don't know. Do they need to be brought up to temperature? I'm thinking more along the lines of like cars and motorcycles, but maybe it works the same way. Maybe it's just a bedding in process that I've put it through. But here's the front brakes. Really good stopping power, and the back brakes, really good stopping power. You do have to like really go aggressive with the brakes. That's the only thing. I mean, obviously if you're in an emergency situation, you would pull on both brakes and it would stop you really quickly. Let's go ahead and try that out now. I'm going to try to see if I can stop before the end of these cones. Okay, there you go. So the brakes are great, okay? I initially thought I wasn't gonna like them, but the brakes are really good and they're pretty beefy. Let me go ahead and touch the brake rotors to see if they're warm to the touch, because that would tell me a lot. Oh yeah, they're hot. Oh hell yeah, they are super hot. Very hot to the touch. So it might just be that they needed to be warmed up a little bit, but you know, sometimes they also have a coating on them from the factory, and that coating gets removed once you start using it for the first couple of miles, using aggressively. But that's what I recommend for you. If you get this bike, get aggressive with the brakes and really bed them in for like the first couple of miles, and then from there you're pretty good to go. But yeah, brake wise, good brakes. Regardless if it's not hydraulics, they stop you very well. As far as the acceleration of this bike, really good. Highly appreciate that. Let's try out the off-road capabilities. Just doing a little bit of off-roading here on the grass. It's pretty smooth. It's really not that bad. Whoa. It's got these 20 by 4 inch fat tires, right? So that would give you good traction. I do hear the front suspension clinking and clanking away, but that's because there's no rebound and compression able to be set, so you're kind of stuck with what you got. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't use this bike to do any off-roading. This is the kind of bike that you buy to kind of ride around with your buddies, you know? A couple of your buddies, I'd buy this bike if I was a teenager and I had this bike. Hell yeah, my days would be a lot better. But yeah, if you're a teenager and you get in this bike, or if you're a mom or dad and you're considering getting this bike for your teen, it's a good bike to get. It's not one of those crazy bikes where it could be bumped up to like above 28 miles an hour, so this way you have to worry about them. But I think with the motor capacity, you're kind of stuck at 28 miles an hour versus the other e-bikes that say they only go 28 miles an hour, but they got like 2,000 watt motors. And then you go online and you do some research, and then somebody provides a hack that within the menu system you can jack it up all the way to 40 plus miles an hour. So yeah, I don't think this is one of those bikes, because it's only 750 watts. But off the line, I mean, don't think that this bike doesn't have acceleration, you know, like really good acceleration, and it's kind of slow. It's really not. Like, it gets up to speed very quickly, and it does hit 28 miles an hour. I haven't tested pedal assist, but you know what? Now we're gonna give that a try. See what that's about. So right now I got it all the way up to the highest gear, 7th gear, and I'm just riding along. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lower. Whoa! Pay attention to where you're going, okay? That's a note to self. Don't crash into trees, okay? You want to live to tell another day. You want to live to tell another story, buddy. Anyway, I brought it down to pedal assist number 1. Pedal assist number 1, we're on a slight downhill. I think I'm going to go on the street because there's bushes and shrubbery on my right side. I don't want to have another accident. Okay, so pedal assist number 1 does 13. Pedal assist number 2 does 17. Pedal assist number 3 does 19, 20, 20.3. Pedal assist number 4 does 23.9, 24 miles an hour. And then pedal assist number 5 will take you all the way up to 28 miles per hour. Or should I say smiles per hour? Yeah, if you're a fan of the channel and you've been watching for a while, the channel name changed a couple of months ago. Before, it was under William Shaker Tech, but I wasn't reviewing tech videos mostly. I was just doing e-bikes, so I think the name is pretty fitting. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. But anyway, lovely bike for the price, man. $599 or somewhere in that range. I'd have to double check, but you'll see a link down below. I think this is a fantastic bike for the money. Cool Porsche, man. You want to race? That's a turbo. Sick. Yeah, good bike for the money. If you're buying this for your teen or for yourself, this is a solid purchase, guys. It's got the NFC card. It's got mechanical brakes. It's got a suspension that can't be adjusted, but who cares? Because it's not like every day you're going to go in there and tinker with the suspension, switch it around, change it up, etc., etc. You normally set it once and you forget it, right? So, being that this is already set up to run efficiently, and it's pretty comfortable, like right now I'm on public roads, and this is where you're going to be riding it mostly. I doubt you're going to buy this bike to do off-roading. But yeah, I mean, as is, I think the bike performs really, really well. It rides really well. It goes up to 28 miles an hour. And it's pretty budget friendly. And I like the seat. Really comfortable seat. Like, I was riding this bike every single day, and I was using it to commute back and forth to work. Yeah, this would be pretty comfortable. Yeah, and the brakes are impressive, guys. Let's see how much compression we had on the front. Okay, so as you can see here, they compressed all the way to here. and I'm somewhere about 140 pounds. I'm about 5'6", but now that I kind of randomly talked about weight and height, this bike does support your weight up to like 300 pounds, probably more than that. I'd have to check. As far as how tall of a person you can be to ride this bike, I mean, literally 6 foot tall and above if you wanted to. Like, seriously, if you're like 6'4", I don't know, 6'4" might be pushing it, but for someone who's 6'1" and 5'10", whatever, perfect bike for you, man. This is like legit a nice bike if you wanted to get something that doesn't have all the hype built into it, doesn't have all the crazy expensive parts, but it functions just like one of those other bikes that cost twice as much. So I would highly recommend this, and I've included a link down below. And if you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.